Well, I will say this. I don't know what it is, but the last since the concert, the Alanis Morissette concert, and just listening to music from that time period, and especially listening to the Black Album. And last week, I was listening to the Black Album fully prepared. Okay, we're gonna talk about the Black Album this time. I'm ready, and but it was basically I was gonna walk in, basically just say, "All right, y'all get out of the way, just let me go." Um, but yeah, I'm stoked to do that episode. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll knock that out
Honestly, I'm
this
stoked
week.
to do like because we still have Nevermind to talk about. We still have 10 to talk about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bad Motorfinger. I mean,
Yeah.
MTV's turning 40.
we have some killer albums to talk
Yeah,
about.
we got a lot of and we got the thing is we got time too.
Well, and just those three albums alone. And that it's so funny because we kind of like slowly started this year, but like the Black Album, 10, and Nevermind. I mean, if you think about it, those three albums changed everything. And I'm not trying to downgrade like Soundgarden's album, but like those three, like it brought metal to the mainstream. It brought grunge to the mainstream. And then of course you have Pearl Jam. I mean, it's like all three of those were like the biggest bands in the world. So I'm excited.
Well,
let's do it.
I like to think there's music before 1991 and then there's music after.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
No, you're 100% right.
Because those three albums specifically, and I would put REM's Monster because that's is it Monster or Out of Time?
I think it's Out of Time.
Out of Time with Losing My Religion, and that's a great album too. And those albums just kind of put, just to kind of tease for next week or whatever, they kind of put rock back in the forefront of the musical zeitgeist, if you will. Like,
yeah,
hey, get out of the way because for the next 15 to 20 years, this is what's going to dominate music.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that kind of stuff comes back soon.
Yeah. Well, I think for me, I watched the documentary on Woodstock, and if y'all haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's really good. The Woodstock, it's on HBO.
HBO, okay.
Yeah. And it's so well done, but it's about when Limp Bizkit went out there and the fire started and the riots and all that stuff. But
so the last Woodstock.
Yeah, and it's really fascinating, and it would be great. You can't watch it with your kids because there are nudity in it, but it's a great show. But the one thing that Moby brought up was you have the hair metal scene, you have the gangster rap scene that kind of was starting with NWA and all that stuff in the late 80s. Poison, all these, which I love, but it was all about girls and chicks and or the gangster stuff about the poor and all this other stuff and shooting people and killing. And then all of a sudden you have Nevermind, and you went from this, like, look at the outside excess kind of music to all of a sudden you have Nevermind, the Black Album. And not that Metallica and stuff wasn't doing that, but like you have 10, you have Soundgarden, you have all the REM, and it's all about this introspective. We're having struggles. We're men, and we're having these struggles, and we're vocalizing these struggles, whether it's through heavy music or like Michael Stipe with their style. And you have this total shift where you have this hope and this kind of community, and then all of a sudden, 5 years later, you have Limp Bizkit, Korn, all these heavy bands that basically just blow things up, and it goes within a 5-year span or so, you have a 100% like reversal on that, and so the idealism of music is completely changed.